There is no we. Talking, making silly mouth noises that have no significance whatsoever other than the significance that we have agreed upon. About. Okay, that's like around. Concerning, having to do with. Around what? I need to know exactly what you mean by what. How do we single out a thing? I don't buy the we thing at my most basic level. And I don't think that words really have any meaning. I could just as easily be making giraffe noises. And had we collectively agreed upon that as being the language of choice, everybody would have no problem understanding me. I'm sure giraffes understand each other just fine. No, I can't tell you what we're talking about. Again, I have no point. I have no anything to give you. But we can explore some more stuff. Since you're here. Okay, so if I don't have any point, what am I doing? Well, I love the sound of my own voice. I'm entirely full of myself as far as considering this to be some kind of a piece of art or spoken word piece or whatever garbage this is going to turn out to be. And that's pretty much the gist of it. I like sitting by myself and talking to nobody in particular and recording it and going back and editing it and listening to the sound of my own voice. It's masturbatory, I know. I never said that I was egoless. All right, folks. I warned you. I warned you well. I've given you very many of them. Last chance. Well, you, my friend, have just lost the game. I know, I'm an asshole. And what I will be for saying that is a jerk. Or a crazy person. Only it gets way worse than that. So if that offended you, just wait. Now, I don't want anybody to think that I am a total nihilist. I'm just a realist. I'm actually quite an optimistic person. But then again, who are you? And furthermore, who am I? There may be thinking happening. But I refuse to believe that I'm thinking about you or that you're thinking about me. Also, just because it's a game doesn't mean that it isn't serious. I am quite competitive. And if we're playing a game of Monopoly and you take all my money, I'll be quite upset for the purposes of the game. I will play it with passion. And if I lose, I might cuss at you a little bit. But I'm not going to walk away from the table and burn the house down. Because if you start pulling back the curtains, if you aren't playing along with the game, and if everybody else is fully absorbed in that game and playing it as if it were for real, and you come along and you start, oh, this is just made up, this is a piece of cardboard, this is that, you're a party pooper. It's like watching a movie sitting next to somebody and telling them it's not real the whole time. They know it's not real. But let them get lost in it. We all want to get away from ourselves in some way or another. Or, if, like me, you are willing and open about the fact that everybody is full of crap and all of this is made up. And who the hell are you to tell me what's right and what's wrong and where to fall in line? I'm not going to take very kindly to that. I'm certainly not going to listen to you. I might fight you about it. If I wasn't an artist, I'd probably just be an ordinary crazy person. But because I'm an artist, thank God, it's only saving grace. I think we expect artists to be a bit weird. Could you imagine a perfectly ordinary artist that just painted perfectly ordinary things and thought perfectly ordinary thoughts? Who ever heard of that? No, we're all crazy. I didn't first tell you that. I have no illusions about it. I am not what I would describe as normal. I don't think what most people would describe as normal. I think it would be safe to say that I'm abnormal, and by extension, perhaps a bit weird, strange, other, a black sheep. I wear my fur proudly. Yeah, I think that would be wool. And if you don't like it, oh my, whatever will I do? I feel like that kind of attitude, that kind of just like, it's not even like a FU, it's just like a, I feel like that tends to offend people more than like an outright, like hateful attitude. I first observed this in elementary school when I was about 5 years old. And I got in trouble for something that I couldn't tell you about, don't remember. And I was just kind of like, oh, okay. And then they made the damn punishment worse. Man, there exists a secret rule that you must care. You must care. Even if you don't care. So what? Act like you do. Be honest. Be yourself. Don't be fake. But when it's necessary, be an actor, lie, and feel feelings that you don't feel. Again, I'm guilty of this. My almost future ex-wife had some mental health issues. And nothing seemed to work, and it drove me crazy. And in the end, I can remember saying, look, I don't need you to actually be happy, but just stop this nonsense because it's bringing me down. So, again, I'm guilty too. But it's a difficult life, being somebody who, really walks to the beat of their own drum. And you will come to find out that that is the case. People do not want to be told the truth. They want to feel good. They want compliments. And they like their illusions. And again, nothing wrong with that. Dude, for me, the hole started forming at a very early age. I began to see how ridiculous all this stuff was. You know, I don't care who you are. I could give a shit who you work for, what your title is, who your daddy is, how much money you have, where you live, how big your house is. I could give a shit about any of that stuff. Nobody, whether with a badge or a fancy name tag or some kind of a fancy piece of paper, is going to demand respect from me. Not even an elder. Respect is earned. I have a very basic level of respect for all life. And that's all you get from me until you earn more. I'm not just going to bow down to your authority, your power. This is ridiculous. And I'll tell you why. Because these people, deep down, are bullies. Or, at the very least, they crave control. They have to have it. And if you somehow undermine that perceived power that they feel, oh dear God. They could be capable of anything. And then on top of that, the people in power don't have to worry about any consequences. Because they always cover each other's ass. So, yeah, it's not a good idea, friends and neighbors, to challenge authority. It's not. And that's not what I'm trying to do, by the way. I'm just telling you I don't like you motherfuckers. And deep down, they're insecure. They're not secure about that power. And they need you to confirm it for them. And if you undermine it, oh man, you have just taken away somebody's I'm important card. So, be careful with that shit. But if you have to make those kinds of actions when somebody undermines your authority, that just goes to show that you're not very secure about it. If your ex-girlfriend, all she does day in and day out is talk about how she hates you, well, it shows that she secretly loves you and wishes that she could work things out. If I have to look at you and tell you I don't care what you think about me, then it just goes to show that I care a little bit in some way. I care enough to say that. If I truly didn't care, I'd just be like, oh, whatever, go on about my day. But to be fair, why would you feel secure about something that you don't have, that is made up, that only exists because enough people are afraid of what might happen if they don't give you what you are demanding from them? This is, again, nobody is going to demand respect from me. I do not give a shit who you are, or what kind of guns you have, or just what your title is, or what you could do to me. I'm not afraid of death. I'm a lot more afraid of pain, but I'm not really afraid of that either. And so what do you do with a person like that? What does society do with a person like me who refuses to bow down to the authority because it's fake? I'm not afraid of death. I'm not really afraid of anything. You can't scare me into this thing. You can throw me in a cage if you want to. I'm going to come back out and feel the same way. What are you supposed to do with me? I mean, it's not like I want to be a part of society anyway. I mean, if you guys know anything about me, I've always stayed away. I would like to be on a deserted island somewhere. You know, I don't need the rigmarole of culture and social customs and all. Just freaking pure nonsense. And it's different everywhere. I had a guy, I used to work as a janitor at a mall. Actually did that for quite a long time. Didn't hate it. Nobody bothered me. Walked around and swept the floor. It was great. I had a guy come up to me outside of the bathroom one day, and I was particularly busy that day or something, in a rush. I remember being slightly annoyed. And he kind of like stopped me in the doorway of the bathroom. It's kind of weird. And he asked, "Do you follow sports?" And I don't. It's not a particular interest of mine. I have no idea even where to start having a discussion about that. And I said, "No, not really," and tried to move past, and he just kept going.